Hendrick's Chapel is inducting its new dean tonight. Citrus TV reporter Zach Levine will be live to cover the ceremony.
A key election for governor is going down in Virginia. We'll have a state expert join us to break down what separates the candidates.
And Apple's latest update is causing major issues with some users' keyboards. What's been happening and what is Apple going to do to fix it? Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
The installment ceremony at Hendrick's Chapel is wrapping up right now. Since 4 p.m., leaders from across campus came to speak on behalf of Reverend Brian E. Conkle, the next Hendrick's Chapel dean. I'm Federico.
And I'm Elissa Candiotti. The chancellor, the dean of the Maxwell School, and the SA president and vice president were in attendance. Following the ceremony, organizers are setting up a reception in honor of the new dean at the Life Sciences building. But for right now, Citrus TV reporter Zachary Levine is live from the chapel to tell us about the event. Zach?
We're reporting here from Hendrick's Chapel. Just moments ago, Reverend Brian E. Conkle was just inaugurated as its 7th dean. Hundreds of people were inside where I am now. Guest speakers included the SA president and vice president. The chapel choir also sang in honor of a new era of Hendrick's. Conkle is the first Lutheran to undertake the role and reports directly to Chancellor Kent Syverud. The new dean has a massive smile on his face throughout the convocation. Conkle started his speech by saying that there is no place he'd rather be. He even said that the weather is an upgrade compared to his Wisconsin home. Multiple university officials spoke highly of Conkle at the event. They spoke of his big personality and ability to connect with the crowds. Conkle hopes to make Hendrick's connect with the Syracuse community on a deeper level. Currently, his main goal is diversity inclusion here at Hendrick's. Zachary Levine.
Thanks, Zach.
Across Syracuse, locals are casting their ballot in the mayoral race. Citrus TV reporter Justine Murray spoke to students about whether or not they plan on voting.
Thanks, Connor. I spoke to students here at SU who had mixed feelings about voting today. While local residents of Syracuse are currently casting their vote to pick the next mayor, most SU students choose to be registered voters where they live instead of here.
I just think I'd be registered to vote for the next presidential election, and I don't really know anything about elections in Syracuse.
Many believe that since they are not permanent residents of Syracuse, they don't feel the need to take part in local current issues.
I do plan on registering in the future, probably not at Syracuse.
Others don't vote in the local elections as they do not feel informed enough to have a stance. However, the small number of SU students who are voting in the mayoral race today believe it is more efficient to be registered at Syracuse rather than at home.
It was just easier for me to vote in Syracuse. I know that you can get an absentee ballot from another state, but that process is a little complicated, and I thought it's just easier for me to come somewhere where I live close by to vote here. So I did that way. It would be easy for me to vote because I really wanted to vote.
Those students that are registered to vote in Syracuse believe the county leaders should listen to the millennial voice because policies affect SU students too. Justine Murray, Citrus TV News. Voter turnout among college students is historically low. That said, it will be interesting to see what the millennial turnout is like tonight.
If you've walked off campus down Marshall Street recently, you've probably seen and heard lots of construction. Citrus TV News reporter Jenna Babyak is here in studio to tell us what's going on.
A new luxury apartment building called the Marshall is coming to Syracuse. The developer's goal is to bring big city living to the SU community. I talked to students about why they're choosing to live there next year.
It might not look like luxury now, but in a few months, this construction site will be the Marshall Syracuse. Although students can't physically see where they will be living yet, they're pretty thrilled for next year.
I'm very excited to be able to have my own space and my own bathroom and just be responsible for myself and not my roommate.
The different room styles are named after famous Syracuse streets, like Waverly, Comstock, and Ostrom. Some students say that the apartment prices are not student-friendly. It averages over $1,000 per month for rent. But other students believe it's worth the price.
When you work out the prices for all your options, the Marshall really was not that more expensive.
And it won't just be a fancy new place to live. The Marshall will have a fitness center, study rooms, and a lounge. The Marshall will also have retail stores on the first floor, bringing more off-campus food options to SU students.
As a sophomore, I've eaten at every place so many times, and you kind of get bored of those options.
The Marshall aims to complete its construction by next fall. The Marshall will be announcing one of the retail stores on Friday. Students can submit guesses as to what they think it could be. The Marshall will be giving away prizes to anyone who guesses correctly.
Thank you, Jenna. The art of an SU grad student has gone to the next level. Studio Arts grad student Joe Turek was selected to be an exhibiting artist at the Brooklyn Art Fair. The fair selected 130 artists to show off their work. Most of them are emerging artists. The fair takes place from November 9th to the 12th at the Brooklyn Expo Center. An Onondaga County Legislature Majority Leader Patrick Kilmartin is stepping down. Back in 2007, Kilmartin filled a vacancy in the 11th District and was then re-elected 5 times. Today, he is running unopposed to be the town justice for Onondaga.
If you were up early this morning like me, you saw the first snowflakes of the season.
Yeah, it looks like winter is here. Jack, we should expect some more snow this week, I guess.
That's absolutely right, guys. Maybe a little bit of snow developing later, but a big taste of winter from about 9 to 9:15 today. Got up to about 44 degrees today. Story today, a major cool down going on some small snow flurries from 9 to 9:15. A low of about 28 degrees tonight, dry but cold as we have a development moving in the next couple of days. Keep an eye on that. But a calm night with little winds, but do look out for that 28-degree low. Tomorrow's forecast here, a high of 48 degrees, a comparable day today, a slightly warmer day. I'll let you know what you can expect in the week ahead on my full forecast when Citrus TV News Live at 6 returns, guys.
Coming up after the break, a heated governor's race in Virginia. Virginia native and election correspondent Alex Amico will join us to analyze the election.
And President Trump is getting mixed emotions in South Korea. Stay tuned to hear how the president plans to approach the tension in the north.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Oh, look at the rain. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Elissa Candiotti, Connor Federico, and Josh Feinblatt with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
It's not just Election Day in Syracuse. Races are going on around the country for positions from mayor to governor.
And one of those key governor races is in the state of Virginia, where Democrat Ralph Northam and Republican Ed Gillespie are battling it out. Election correspondent Alex Amico is with us now to break down the election.
So Alex, as we know, the candidates Ralph Northam for the Democrats and Ed Gillespie for the Republicans are separated by a very narrow margin. What do you think some of the factors are that could tip the balance?
So there have been really three key things that have played a role in making this race a lot closer than it was originally going to be, and that's illegal immigration, Confederate statues, and Donald Trump. Illegal immigration, Ralph Northam has been getting hammered for a vote in the state Senate against a bill to ban sanctuary cities. Secondly, the Confederate statues. Gillespie has been making a big issue about it, saying that they should stay up. Northam has been saying he wants them to come down, but he would let local communities make the decision. And lastly, Donald Trump. Northam is trying to sort of walk this delicate line where he needs to shore up the Democratic base. And so, particularly in the primaries, he's been hitting Trump really hard, called him a narcissistic maniac in an ad, things like that. But he can't go too hard, and he can't make it too... He can't risk offending sort of the centrist voters that help win races in Virginia in off years.
So what do you think are some key counties in Virginia that we should be paying attention to?
That's a great question. So the two, I would say some of the more important ones, first of all, in Northern Virginia, Northam is going to probably win Northern Virginia. It's a deep blue area. The question is going to be how many people vote and how much does he win by in certain counties. So one of the bellwether counties that you should look at is Loudoun County, and the other one is Prince William County. These are both swingy counties. They voted for Hillary Clinton, but both of them, I believe, are represented mostly by Republicans in Congress, and many of them have Republicans in local government that control the area. So those ones in Northern Virginia, for sure, you should keep an eye on. And secondly, the really big one is how is Northam going to do in his home area? So that's Norfolk, places like that, the Hampton Roads area, and the Eastern Shore. Northam is from a rural town, a town of, I think, less than 1,000 people, Onondaga in Accomack County on the Eastern Shore, and his family's been there for generations.
And finally, Alex, the important question, who do you think will take it at the end of the day?
So if I had to predict it right now, I think it'll be close. I think it might be a long night, but I do think Gillespie is going to pull it out. And I wouldn't be surprised, but I would not be surprised one way or the other if the entire ticket is not, if there's not a straight party ticket.
Thanks, Alex. Yesterday, the Trump administration ended the temporary protected status of about 2,000 Nicaraguans. This protected individuals from deportation and allowed them to work legally in the U.S.
Those affected by this have until January 5th of 2019 to either leave the country or seek legal residency. The Department of Homeland Security still has to decide the fate of Hondurans, Haitians, and Salvadorians who have TPS protections. President Donald Trump's visit to South Korea is bringing pro- and anti-Trump protesters to the streets. His controversial approach to North Korea has some nervous.
Today, President Trump says he believes his efforts to increase pressure on North Korea are working, hoping for a diplomatic solution rather than threatening military action. 26 teenage migrants were found dead on Sunday in the Mediterranean Sea. Authorities believe the migrants are from Niger and Nigeria and were attempting to make the journey to Europe.
Italian authorities launched an investigation into the cause of death. Autopsies will be conducted today, according to Salerno's head of police. Coming up, the temperature is trickling down. Jack Watson will let you know what the rest of the week holds.
Plus, the new iPhone update is not going over so well. Find out what's wrong with Apple's newest update after the break.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions.
Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader. Weather Center. This is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Taking a look at your high temperatures for the next couple of days, you'll notice a mild pattern through the middle of this week and throughout most of next week, but this is our primary area of concern here. Friday and Saturday of this week, a high of 27 and 35 degrees. That means we could experience some teen temperatures, so you're really going to want to bundle up there. Here's our future radar. Pretty dry throughout tonight and most of tomorrow, but this is what we're really paying attention to up here by Lake Ontario. This lake effect snow could seriously impact us in the next couple of days. Our current temperatures in and around central New York here right now: Syracuse 36, Cortland 33, Ithaca 35, Binghamton 37, Penn 35, and up here by Lake Ontario, Rochester 37 degrees. Right now on the hill here, a high of, right now currently 36 degrees, cold and breezy throughout most of the 6 o'clock hour. It's going to be warm tomorrow and Thursday. Here's your Wednesday day planner here when you're getting up for classes at 9 a.m. 37 degrees. By noon, 46, and we're back down to 39 degrees by 6 p.m. Your winter clothes are certainly going to be needed as we move into our Citrus TV 5-day forecast. Sunny weather tomorrow, patches of sunshine on Friday as well, but we're actually freezing cold with some afternoon rain on Thursday and a 70% chance of rain on Saturday, guys.
All right, well, thank you for that. And my big question is, we have big game days, Friday, Saturday. What are we looking for? Those people who are cooking outside? Are we preparing for, really cold weather, or is it all right?
We are probably preparing for really cold weather in the next couple of days. Friday, a high of just 27 degrees, and the tailgaters are really going to need to bundle up if they want to stay warm out there.
Jack, is there going to be at least one good day of weather coming up soon?
Well, we're experiencing patches of sunshine on Wednesday, maybe some on Thursday as well. But if by good you mean warm, I don't think you're going to get that.
All right, Jack. Thank you very much. If you have the latest iPhone update, good luck writing the letter I with the keyboard. A bug in the update is stopping people from using the letter I when typing. Instead, it replaces the letter with an A and a character. Apple said that it's unaware of how this bug found its way into the newest iPhone update, but it's certainly working on a fix.
On Monday, prosecutors sentenced rapper Meek Mill to serve 2 to 4 years in prison for violating his probation. The 30-year-old appeared in a Philadelphia court, and police swiftly took him away in handcuffs. According to People magazine, Meek Mill's attorney says he plans to appeal the sentence.
Coming up, we take a look back at the highlights of last night's Syracuse basketball game and get an update on Eric Dungy's status ahead of trip to Wake Forest for Dino Babers in the Orange. And fans might want to hear that.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly,
disgusting,
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Hello, Syracuse. I'm Jackson Magello. Last night, fans got one final preview of the Orange men's basketball squad in the team's final exhibition game against Southern Connecticut State University. Let's take a look back at how the Orange looked last night. Early on, O'Shea Brissett getting the start for the Orange. He had a double-double in the last game, but the Orange got off to a slow start against Southern New Hampshire. That would continue tonight. Joey Wallace buries a three. Son of the former Orange great John puts the Owls up 9-0 early, and things got worse for the Orange. Isaiah McLeod outlets to Luckett Jr., who jams at home. They're up by 14. But now the Orange would bear down just ahead of halftime. Tyus Battle with the ball. He stops and pops from three. He buries it home. The Orange down 5 at the half. And coming out on the other side of the break, the Orange started to bear down a little bit more. Frank Howard finds O'Shea Brissett, who knocks home a three of his 16 points in the game. The Orange down 2 early on, and then the Orange would start to run away with it, literally. Frank Howard in transition gets the hoop and the harm. The Orange go up by 6 at that point, and then the athleticism was just too much for the Orange. Pascal Chukwu gets it out of there, and then in transition, it's Battle cleaning it up at the other end for the Orange. Syracuse goes on to win 84-59, but despite the win, Jim Boeheim knows more growth is needed for this team.
We're going to have to play a whole lot better than we've played in these 2 games, and I think the players understand that. I hope they do. But you know, we got a long way to go. Fortunately, it's still pretty early, but we got to get a lot better.
Next up for the Orange is the team's season opener Friday night at the Dome against Cornell. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. While the Syracuse basketball team looks to open the season, the Orange football team is preparing for the squad's 10th game Saturday against Wake Forest. Syracuse junior quarterback Eric Dungy comes into the game slightly banged up after missing a quarter due to a lower body injury in the loss to FSU. But Coach Baber says Dungy's stronger frame can help keep him on the field for the Orange.
I think if you look, he looks totally different from the Dungy that you guys met. I mean, he's 20 pounds bigger, he's stronger, he's explosive. People tackle him and he doesn't always goes down. I mean, this is a big cat. Now he's changed his body. He hasn't been living in the training room every week to get to the games. Just so you could understand, I'm expecting Eric for every game because that's the best thing for us.
Babers and the Orange take on the 5-4 Demon Deacons Saturday at the Carrier Dome. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. On the hardwood, both New York squads are in action tonight. The Knicks play host to the Hornets at MSG and come in riding a 2-game winning streak. Kristaps Porzingis is leading New York, averaging just under 39 points in the team's last 2 games. As for the Nets, Brooklyn takes on the Nuggets in Denver tonight. The Nets come in losers of 4 of their last 5 games. In tragic news in the baseball world today, ex-MLB player Roy Halladay has died in a plane crash in the Gulf of Mexico this afternoon. The two-time Cy Young Award winner recently received his pilot's license, and following the crash, the Pasco County Sheriff's Department confirmed Halladay to be the pilot of the single-engine aircraft. He was 40 years old.
Jackson, really sad news about Roy Halladay, a guy who was one of the best pitchers of our generation, and he had a Syracuse connection.
That he did. He actually pitched for the Syracuse Chiefs / Sky Chiefs during his time for 4 seasons from 1997 to 2001, intermittently in that time, back when the Chiefs were with Toronto.
All right, thank you very much, Jackson. Citrus TV News, we'll be right back.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Got a quarter?
So I wasn't really expecting snow this morning when I woke up, so I want to know what to expect tomorrow morning. What should we know?
No, we were not expecting snow. That was a small development moving southeast to our area. Tomorrow it's likely going to be sunny when you wake up, but still pretty chilly. I would bring a winter jacket, guys.
Good to know.
Thank you, Jack. A Seattle mayoral candidate is doing some last-minute campaigning to fetch some votes from his rivals. What makes him stand out? The fact that he is a dog. Thor Michelson is a German Shepherd who is running on behalf of the Vacuum Cleaner Defense League.
Michelson's campaign platform is based on outlawing vacuum cleaners, a noted menace to the canine community. So he also promises longer walks for dogs everywhere else.
I mean, would you vote for a dog? There's the upside that it's cute and fluffy and adorable, and the downside that he might not be able to do much.
I would probably root for him. You have to.
Yeah.
Have to. Have some faith in our dog community. So
I think I would too. A nice canine American mayor. Jack, what do you think about this?
Well, you know what? He might be the least corrupt politician in the history of politics. So
he said it.
Yeah. Okay. On a day we're voting for mayor, why don't we all just?
Someone had to do it though.
We'll go vote for a dog. I mean. All right. All righty. Thank you very much, Jack. And that's all for Citrus TV News Live at 6. I'm Connor Federico.
And I'm Elissa Candiotti. Have a great evening, Syracuse.